Hi, everybody. Welcome to the premiere episode of the MedHot Spotlight Series. I'm your host, Kristin Burton, and whether you're a seasoned professional or a newly certified thermography technician or simply curious about the incredible world of medical thermography, we are incredibly glad that you are here. So, as owner of MedHot Infrared Imaging, my daily mission is empowering others to succeed in this field. So, we don't just sell state of the art camera systems, we provide the comprehensive training and the business mentorship. And this interview series is bigger than just our company, too. So it was created to be a universal hub for the entire medical thermography community. But of course, we're going to start with our MedHot thermographers and hear what their experiences were. So joining me is Kari Hibbard, and we are so excited to welcome her. Welcome, Kari.
Hi.
Yay. Hello.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're so glad you're here. And, when it comes to these kind of sort of podcast type interviews, we're going to keep this really chill and just kind of free flow just chit chatting about, medical thermography in general and your journey. So I looked you up and I can't believe it's already been a year, Kari.
Yeah, it's been almost a year and a half. So my sister and I started February.
Right. Maria, right?
Yeah, my sister Maria.
And you guys own
Thermography of Michigan.
Right. And you've got like an east and a west side.
I have a west and a north. Yep, I'm the west and my sister's the north up in Traverse City.
Great. And I remember you guys trained together.
Yes.
And then you were passing the camera back and forth.
Well, we thought we were going to do that, because it's so small. You were saying we could, ship it in the mail. And then we're like, no, this is going to be too much. And so we decided to go ahead and invest in our own cameras.
That's great. Okay. And I remember that. I'm like, okay, you wouldn't have invested in, each having your own camera if you hadn't, felt like you were doing well and you were starting to uptick in your business. And the first year of business is usually a building time. It's time, where you're working with, other doctors and trying to establish relationships. And then you start to build, so let's start from the beginning about your journey. What kind of inspired you to start your business?
So I've always been into, I shouldn't say always, but I've always been into health since probably high school. And I've been actually in the Western medicine field. I still am actually. I still work in organ procurement. So me and my sister used to get thermograms. We used to travel across the state to Detroit, 3 hours to get a thermogram. And one day I was at home, I got out of the shower and I was like, man, I always want to do something within the holistic field, get out of Western medicine. But I didn't want to have to go back to school for a long time. And I was like, what can I do? And it's like a light bulb went off. I feel like I feel God gave me the intuition of this is like, well, you could do thermography. And so I'm like, yeah, I could take pictures. And so I Googled thermography and MedHot was the first company that came up. And I just started reading on your website and I was like, this looks like a legit company. And
thank you.
Looked into it. I think I emailed you and you responded super quickly. And I was like, wow, okay. And then I happened to be up north visiting my sister and I was telling her about it and she was like, man, I think I might be interested in that. And so that's how it started. But my sister and I both have a passion for it because my mom and my, oldest sister, they both, were diagnosed with breast cancer years ago. And we just felt, they didn't have a genetic component to breast cancer. And so we knew there was something else we could do. And that's really what I think gave us the big push to do this.
Yeah, that's inspiring. And a lot of people have stories like that where they had something happen in their life that, said, listen, I need to go a different direction. And they come to us all the time saying, I think this would be a great way to share my passion. And that's great. Now, I do want to circle back a little bit. When you say organ procurement, people are like, what does that mean? So
Uh,
you're the one with the cooler, right?
yep.
Oh, can you tell us just a little bit about that? Because, that speaks a little bit to your, like, I remember when I was training you, you knew where the parts of the body were.
Mm,
You know what I mean? And I'm
yes,
like,
I'm
what is she
very
doing?
familiar with the anatomy.
Yes. Tell me more.
So I'm a certified surgical technologist is my background. I worked in OB for like 5 years, and then I actually started work. I worked for Gift of Life Michigan, which is the organ procurement organization of Michigan. So they're like the ones in charge of putting the heart on your license to be a donor if you die. So I worked for them for 4.5 years, um, going in the operating room, assisting the surgeon, perfusing the organs and packaging them to send them off for transplant. And then I got hired by it was Spectrum Health at the time. It's now Corewell in Grand Rapids
Hmm.
to be on their heart and lung transplant team. So I would take all of the donor offers. My phone would ring. I would review all of the donor information, compare it to our recipient, and the surgeon would decide if we wanted the organ was a good size or not. And then if it was, I would arrange the transplant, make all the calls, and then I would fly out with a surgeon, and we would recover the heart or lungs and bring them back for transplant.
Amazing. And
So
wow.
yeah, I don't work for Corewell anymore. I left a year ago. Well, it'll be a year ago this July, and now I just do travel organ procurement. So I work for a travel company that sends me to various places and essentially do the same thing.
That's amazing. It's really cool to find out where people come from in this world.
Yeah.
We when it comes to medical thermography, we have people who own clinics. Right now I'm training 6 people for one clinic, and we're doing it two at a time for, the next couple months. And, so that's a clinical type thing. And then we have someone like yourself who has a lot of medical experience, and you're interested in doing something different, obviously. And then we have people that just come from other areas like real estate or business type areas, and all can be successful.
Yeah.
And I remember when I first met you, I was like, wow, she is a great candidate. I never thought about this, but like you really knew the human body
Hmm.
from a special point of view.
Hmm.
And also just thank you for your service,
Oh,
because
thank you.
you're doing a great thing. You're helping save lives
Yeah.
on the other end where that organ goes.
Yeah.
So that is really super amazing. Thank you for sharing that story with us. So your thermography journey. So we got you the camera. You guys, both of you trained beautifully. As I recall, you were just so sharp and smart, and you asked great questions, and you graduated on the first test and got your certificate. Tell me about the journey after that. So what was that journey like when you were starting just to reach out and get your first, clients and stuff like
um, well, I started off, I didn't have an office, so I actually did it out of this room,
that? Mm-hmm.
actually is where I originally started. So I had a couple clients come here, and then I really wanted to be within like a chiropractor's office or a naturopath's office, and was just, praying that opportunity would come along. And I got a call. Let's see, we started February, and I got a call or a text actually at like 9 o'clock at night in May. So that's a couple months later. And it was from the chiropractor that my family has gone to for many, many years. So she's like a friend of the family. And my mom had, been telling her about what we were doing, and I actually had told her too. And she felt like she said, I have a room for you, and I want to essentially give it to you free. Like, you don't have to pay me rent. Yeah.
Wow.
She said, because when was starting off as a chiropractor, I had a doctor that did the same to me, and I want to pass it forward. And I
Yeah.
was like, Oh my gosh, I was just blown away. And so that is where my office is at, is inside a chiropractor's office. She actually retired and there's a new chiropractor in there, um, a younger one. And now it's called Movement Chiropractic in Grand Haven, Michigan, which is just like 10 minutes from me. So
Mhm.
that is currently where my office is at.
Great.
Mhm.
What a gift. And,
Yes.
yeah, and reaching out, and having other people advocate for you. And I'm sure that you impressed him with your knowledge and what you could do for him. So you're in a chiropractor's office. So are you doing a lot of, is he a functional chiropractor where you're doing a lot of like thyroids and guts and things like that?
Um,
Or just
no.
the skeletal?
It's actually a female, well, both of 'em
Of
the
course.
Lisa who retired, and then
Sure.
now, it's Haley.
Okay.
Um, no, they're not functional chiropractors. Nope,
Okay.
I
So
have
what
my business card and my brochures, like, in the front office, but, um, yeah,
so what kind of work are you doing for them? Are you doing the skeletal work for them?
I am not doing any work for them. This is literally just, like,
Just a room.
just a room. Yep.
Okay. Okay, got you. So tell me the kind of clientele that you've got walking in there.
Well, I don't the thing is I don't stay there. I just go there by appointment. So if I get an
Okay.
appointment, I go there. But in the last couple months, so I had sent out letters. This was
Mhm.
like probably last year, just introducing myself. It was the oops, sorry. It was the form or the letter that you kind of compiled,
Sure.
introducing me.
Mhm.
And so I sent those out. I didn't get, I didn't really get any responses. And so, the last couple months, I tailored a letter that my sister had sent out and I put in there, that I offer a mobile clinic. So I can come to your office with my camera. I can image your clients. I can pay you, rent for the day.
Right.
You don't have to worry about scheduling, payments, nothing. Like it's just an add service to your business. Like,
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
got a response from that. I've
Great.
now partnered with, I'm going on my third naturopath. Um, and
There
I'm
you
going to do
go.
my second clinic, next Monday. I'm meeting, yep, my third naturopath next week as well. Um, I've also have a friend. He's become a friend. He's a naturopath here in Muskegon. He's starting to refer clients. He actually put my brochure inside his, um, like new patient packet. So he
Okay.
included me in that.
Nice.
Yep. So this is I've seen a lot more response from this.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yes, our mobile thermographers generally ramp up quicker than someone who just has a location and kind of waits for them to come.
Yep.
You go to them,
Yes.
and if they're going to support you, then and send you clients from inside and advertise on
Mhm.
your behalf. There's where it is. Good
Yeah.
for you. Good for you. And you know what? Took almost a year, right? I mean,
Yes.
you had to.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's the first year was a lot of, I mean, my sister probably gets more clients than I do. I don't know if it's um, if people are healthier up north or if they have more money or what it is.
Mhm.
But I knew I had to do something different and I don't want to have to travel anymore doing organ procurement. I solely want to be able to just do thermography. And so I was like, I
Sure.
got to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Good. So, that is it's the way you do business, it's the what you want to do, it's your goals. All those are unique to each thermographer.
Hmm.
So, here you figured it out. You put your nose to the grindstone, rolled up your sleeves and said, "How am I going to do this? And why do I want to do it all?" We always say, yeah, have a great why, right? You hear all the famous coaches say, you got to have a why. And there you were. You wanted to not do as much organ procurement and just focus on medical thermography. So, what are you doing? Are you doing more breasts? Are you doing more women's health studies, full bodies, or is it a pretty healthy mixture?
I think it's a pretty healthy mixture. I've actually been getting appointments for full bodies in women's health studies a lot. Yep.
Yeah.
I would actually say it's a pretty even mixture of it all.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. And I had a question on my list here for you of challenges you've overcome along the way. And it sounds like you just kind of gave us some there
Yeah.
of, trying to figure out how am I going to make this work for me. And that's great. And there you were watching your sister up there in the north, right?
Yep.
And she kind of had a little bit of a little more of a say robust experience in the beginning.
Hmm.
And then did you find that inspired you a little bit? Like
Yeah,
Maria,
kind of
I
gave
gotta
me a little
catch up.
drive. I'm like, oh, I gotta like, I'm competitive, so
Right. That's
it's
what I
not
was saying. I
surprising.
didn't want to use the word, but I'm glad you did.
Yeah, I'm competitive, and I'm like, but at the same time, like it's my livelihood too, and not having to travel and leave my family, and so that motivates
Yes.
me. Is like, what can I do to be able to stay home? To be able to be with my family more, and so I was like,
Yeah.
I
Go
had
for
to
it.
do something, and that's when I was like, sending out letters again, and I'm including, and that came from researching other, like looking up naturopaths and
Hmm.
chiropractors, and I saw on a naturopath's website that they had a mobile thermographer, and I was like, "Yep, I'm putting that in a letter." And as soon as I did, it was like,
Yeah. We come to you.
"Yep." They
Yes.
love that because I'd had a doctor say, I would refer to this, my clients to this place to get a thermogram. Well, then they were trying to like solicit them for other services and essentially like take away them from mine. And she's like, so to keep them in my office, I love that.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that sounds like some tips and tricks for other thermographers. Can you put that into like there's a thermographer watching right now, I just know it, who's saying, okay, wait, what did she do? So can you give me some bullet points on first do this, then do that?
I would first get online and just Google like naturopathic doctors, chiropractors, like any alternative medicine physicians in your
Puncture.
area,
Yeah.
functional medicine, yep, holistic medicine. Look at in your area or the area you want to serve, and just start looking at their websites and what they offer. So I would make sure they didn't already have thermography. But that's where I got the idea too about the mobile clinic. I knew we could be mobile, but I don't know why it didn't click to me to yeah, um, send them out sooner or do that sooner, but yes, that's what I would say, start there and then send a letter saying, you offer this. If that's what you wanna do, if you wanna, travel around to different offices.
Yeah, that's what I did.
And 2, it doesn't even it might not be a forever thing, like, once you establish those clients and they are close enough, then they'll come to you too, so.
Mhm. Sure. Yeah, I used to have people find me, for their follow-ups. If I was in Tampa, but they were from Orlando and they really wanted to get this quickly, then they'd sometimes come to Tampa and find me, you
Yep.
know. And sometimes when I couldn't get into a doctor's office, I would just go ahead and rent one of those, where you go in and you just rent an office for the day.
Yes, and
So
I'm looking to do that too.
it worked. It worked great, and it was less than paying rent to a doctor's office.
Yes.
So once you start to get it going and you've got people who just want their follow-ups, but you have to wait a month to be in that city, sometimes I would just rent that not mobile office, but you bring your mobile stuff to that
Yeah.
office. And you have to make sure you get the right square footage
Mhm.
and oftentimes they have a desk in there and stuff. So I'd push that desk up against the wall to make you know, a nice line for me of about 8 feet, right?
Yep.
And I made it work. It was great. And then I started requesting that same exact office room because I knew I could make it work.
Okay.
And boy, so those were some of my best days when I just put it out there to my entire list.
I would say, how did you advertise that?
Well, I had social media, and I
Yep.
want to talk about that with you too, what you're
Okay.
doing for social media. And so I'd put it on social media, but also I just had a big, email list. I would send it out to people within, say, 20, 30 miles of that area. But it was also on social media. So,
Yeah.
you know, I'd fill up a day there. So yeah. Yeah. And that's great. And, I really admire you for being scrappy,
Yeah.
and just saying, okay, I'm going to make this work.
Yep.
Instead of just like, well, here I sit in my office and nobody came. So, what am I going to
Well,
do?
I have to say that, you know, there there is no growth in being comfortable. Like if you're comfortable, there's no growth. So it's like get uncomfortable and you're going to see things happen. Like that's just what I believe.
Oh my gosh, drop that mic right now. That's great. Say it again.
There's no growth in being comfortable.
Yeah, there we go. There's no growth in being comfortable.
Hmm.
Love it.
So
Love
get
it.
uncomfortable.
Yes, get uncomfortable, go out there, have the conversations. I didn't even think of this when we were preparing for this, but I do want to let everybody know that my mobile class, helping people, start mobile businesses, I'm going to be doing a mobile class in the fall.
Oh, really? That's great.
Yes. So, some of our busiest thermographers like June Drennan
Hmm.
and Joanna Parkinson and so many more. We've got probably 10 really busy mobile thermographers who just like June and Gina are doing, what is it, 80 studies a month, traveling to many,
Wow.
many locations.
That's incredible.
Right?
So
So
Gene works under June.
Gina, yeah. So
Yeah.
June bought my business,
Yep.
Central Florida Medical Thermography, then kept just growing and adding, right, locations. And now she's called it Florida Medical Thermography. And Gina was my thermographer, my assistant. And then Gina went right with June, and she's been growing with June. So they're going to be a interview too on our
Okay.
series. They're going to be interviewed by us, and what's your secrets?
Yep.
And that's the thing, though. You have momentum now. It's like a snowball. It starts out small with one thing, one little place that you're imaging at, and all of a sudden you start to roll. And when you start telling people, hey, I've got 4 locations, I have 5 locations, I have 10 locations, people start to say, oh, okay, she must be really good at what she does.
Yeah.
And then you start to build like this way instead of just, you start to go boom, 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 right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about your success? Tell me more about how you feel about the success you're experiencing right now at 1 year and a couple of months.
Would say that it's definitely starting. I'm starting to see more momentum through uh j- partnering with some naturopaths and um places. So I would say I hit the just over a year and it started to happen. So I feel like you said, it's just going to continue to gain momentum.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great. Yeah. You just keep riding that wave.
Yes.
And how's Maria doing?
She's doing good.
Yeah.
So my sister is a dental hygienist, full-time dental hygienist,
Hmm.
and she essentially just sees people on Fridays because it's her open day. She has seen, people on other days if she can. But she's doing pretty well. She's gonna actually send out letters too, because she still wants to be able to do dental hygiene, whereas like I want to get out of what I'm doing.
Right.
Um, so her hopes is to do dental hygiene a couple days a week and then,
There
thermography
you
the
go.
rest of the time. So she's probably gonna start sending out letters. I was like, you got to send out the letters with the mobile clinic, and you will get some people. But it's crazy because she actually sees that people are traveling further to her. Like she's not really getting people within Traverse City. She's getting people from like Petoskey and Gaylord. Like,
Around.
yeah,
Interesting.
yep.
Yeah. Okay. And now I know what everybody's thinking that's watching this. I want that letter.
Oh, hey, awesome.
Let's see what she said.
Yeah,
So definitely, can you send that to me and we'll make sure we make it an attachment or
yeah,
something like this. I know our producer knows how to do that. I don't, but
yeah.
she
And you
does.
can just,
So
they can
yeah,
take out things or add things.
yes. Yes, and we have a booklet too. MedHot has a booklet for mobile. So we'll make sure that we put this, it's funny how you do these interviews and you're not sure which way they're going to go. This is about somebody going mobile. This
Yeah.
is what I see here and how you found that success in that area. So we'll make sure that everything mobile we'll attach. And
Mhm.
so we'll have,
Perfect.
those documents for you. So really proud of you. You two
Thank
were
you.
a delight. Remember, we had fun training, right?
Yeah, we did.
And we joke around and we try to make it interesting, right? Because it can be a dry subject.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kari, I've got some great news for you.
Oh.
Um, so for doing this interview, you're going to get $100 gift certificate to Physicians Insight.
Oh.
So that'll help a little bit, cover a couple
Yes.
of things.
Thank
In
you.
addition, we have a reveal, and you're the first thermographer outside, like our core group of testers. We are upgrading the software
Oh.
for Total Vision. The new name is going to be Acquire. So it's going to be a different name, Total Vision Capture. And
Okay.
this is going to be Acquire. And it's coming within the next couple of months. Very intuitive. So all of the things that I've wanted to do and Dr. Carroll's wanted to do over the years and the feedback we've gotten from people, this is going to be something that you won't have to relearn so much as like, wow, this just made it easier for me to do this. It just made me easier to do that. For instance, taking history is going to be a lot about just having having boxes already checked by the client before you even do the imaging. You'll open it up, and there it'll be her history.
Well, that's
What?
amazing. I
Right?
know. Me and my sister were just talking about
Yeah.
like, oh, taking the history is our least favorite part, but like, you have to do it. It's so important.
Right.
But
So Physicians Insight, who a lot of our thermographers use, has told us exactly what they need to hear about some of the things that we ask, like sinuses and thyroids and breasts and things. And so now it's a streamlined history. There's still a box for you to type in a little bit of supportive information, but it's mostly just filling in. They're already filling out their history before the appointment even happens. And then you're just going to have a really quick, kind of clarifying things and
so it
asking
won't
you
be them printing and filling out. They'll be able to just go on like a website.
a QR code. Yes.
So I can send that like when I can send it with their appointment
Yeah.
reminder or whatever.
Yes.
Well, that's
So
amazing.
that's the big reveal.
Woo!
And
That's
you're the first one.
exciting.
You're the first one to hear it. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, look for that. Right now we feel like we're on track for maybe late summer, early fall to roll that out. And of course we'll have a whole training for that, an introduction to it. I don't think there's going to be much training. I think it's going to be more like, hey, check this out. Now look at this. Look what you can do here. So yeah. Yeah.
That's super exciting. Thank you for
Isn't it though?
sharing.
Yeah, you bet. You bet. So, kind of final, what would you say the brand new thermographer who they might not have even bought their camera system yet, or maybe they just bought their camera system and they're wondering, what should I do? How can I get this started? Do you have any words of inspiration for our new thermographers?
Um, it's funny. I have a quote actually right here on my computer. Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done.
I like that.
But
Those two are
I would say get comfortable being uncomfortable
yeah.
because that's where you're going to grow. And, um, don't stop when you get an office declines and doesn't respond back to you or, because I remember you saying that when you send out letters, you're going to get, I want to say if I send out 10, I'm going to probably get one to respond.
Yes.
And that is actually pretty accurate. So expect to, get like a 10% response. And so I sent out probably over 100 letters. And so I've gotten, I don't know, 5, 6.
Mhm.
Yep. Which to me is something. And I'm going to keep going.
Amazing. Well, each
Mhm.
one of those can give you,
Yeah.
4 or 5 patients a visit or 10. I used to have sometimes 10. I'd go, I don't know how I'm going to do all this. We got to clip it up here. But yeah, great. thank you. You are a delight to talk to. And you know what I love about you is you don't come off as like pushy or like overly assertive.
Mhm.
You have a wonderful way about you. And I know that that's very important to your clients and to the locations that you image at and people that you work with. And, you don't have to be this bigger, larger than life
No,
personality, and I commend you for that. Just your
thank you.
steady growth.
Yep.
You're moving along the timeline and not giving up and just, looking for new things and going after them. You had a great pace, and that's really impressive.
Thank
Congratulations on a successful business.
Thank you. I
You bet.
think when you're passionate about what you do, it makes it easier, and there isn't that pushiness and assertive. It just comes naturally, and I've met so many amazing people through this, like clients, like I'll get done. I'm like, I think we just became best friends. Like we get talking about all these things that we like totally align with, because when
Yeah.
you're doing thermography, you're getting people that are, tend to be more interested in the holistic realm of health. And so
You
we
find your
always usually have a lot in common.
Absolutely. After, I'd been in the business for like 10 years, my business was built, after you get your first year under your belt, you start to build your business on the follow-ups. They just keep
Mhm.
coming back and coming back. And
Mhm.
you get like 5 new clients a month and then 10 follow-ups. So then you end up with, you know, 4 new clients a month and 20 follow-ups. It was follow-ups. So I piggybacking on that, what you just said, a lot of my imagings ended in a big hug, and if someone was going through something that they were really trying, it ended up with like me holding them by the shoulders and saying, hey, you can do this,
Yep.
cheering you on.
Yep.
And so those personal relationships that you make because you're so dialed into that holistic lifestyle and you're kind of all part of the same tribe, that's really special too, how you find your people.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Kari. We
Yeah. Thank you
appreciate
for
you
having
joining
me.
us. Absolutely. And we hope to interview Maria someday. Maria,
Yes.
ching. We
Yep.
want to
I'll definitely put that bug in her ear.
So say the name of your business again.
Thermography of Michigan, and I
Thermography of
am west,
Michigan.
and my sister is north.
Got you. And your website is?
Thermographymichigan.com.
Got you. Simple,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Excellent. Okay.
And
Thank you
then
so
we're
much.
also on Instagram and Facebook as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. Tell me about is it Thermography of Michigan?
Yeah, it's just, you could
Yeah.
just find it under Thermography of
Find it
Michigan.
under that. Okay. Sounds
Yeah.
good. Sounds good. We want to check out your Facebook and your Instagram, and feel free to contact Kari and give her some support. Give her a thumbs up on her and likes on all her social media. And thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
You bet.
Bye.